Good morning. It is Chris, your average everyday skier, doing some average everyday skiing. This is actually not so normal. Hopefully going to do something kind of interesting today, but I was just out this morning with the dog and the crust is really quite solid this morning. But the problem is I'm kind of stuck by a bunch of plowed roads that have these, walls of snow, and yeah, it looks very much like that. But today I'm going to try biking somewhere, and we'll see if I can pull that off. I have a setup where I can carry my skis on the bike. I don't have to go that far. We'll see how it works out. So let's give it a try. All right. I have not tried to ride with skis this year. In fact, I've done very little riding this year. Not zero, but very little. But I think this will work. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. So of course the big problem here is that, well, let's enumerate the problems. The first problem is there's a lot of ice everywhere. And the whole reason I have to ride my bike is, well, where would you park? Let's say you drove right here. Where would you park? So that's problem number one. Problem number two is I don't want to get stuck. And that's a real thing here. So now I'm dealing with the ice, and then the summer problem, which is the sand. Fortunately, the sand is pretty well frozen this morning. And most of what I'm going to be riding on is going to be my main roller skiing road here, so that should be no problem. Yeah. All right, let's see how it goes. You can hear the spikes whirling away down there. All right, the main problem here is it's freezing cold, and biking is always like this. And with pedaling harder actually doesn't help that problem. All right, here we're gonna give it a try. Oh yeah, great. Yeah, so here we go. This is a sheet of ice. Oh no, it's a big puddle. Okay. Similar, but even trickier. Sticks. Oh, right. I could have probably picked the right gear before I did this. Right. So you can see why getting stuck was an issue. You can see why riding a bike is not going to be super easy. I've got some yak tracks over my ski boots, because if you need to put your foot down on this ice to avoid going into that puddle, ski boots are a very, very, very bad idea. Yeah, I'm going to say the skis do complicate this quite a bit. Also the camber, wow. Very sketchy. Oh. Whenever you hear that like hollow crunching sound, you never know how far you're fallen in, or you're about to fall in, or you can see this is sand, which is super hard to ride on in the summer. It's no easier to ride on today. A little easier maybe, but not much. Oh, okay. I need to find someone who will let me use their outdoor maple cooking equipment, because yeah, last year I did it. It was pretty bad. All right. Well, so anyway, it's roughly like that. So I just skidded out right there, and you can see the spikes from the tire. I actually have never had these spikes just spin out like that. So this is some extra special, slippery, treacherous stuff right here. Oh, I just peeled out there. That's how bad this is. Oh my God, I could absolutely ice skate on this. Whoa. Okay, this is an absolute testament to these spiked Hiawatha tires. They are. And the thing about this is that, like, you know, you can slip and you can fall, and they're just as sketchy as kind of like normal sketchy riding. The difference is they make it so that, you know, when you're falling, when you're slipping, you feel it. Whereas without them, you're just on the ground like with something broken. Oh my God, this is absolutely nuts. Wow, you see why I did not bring a car back here. Oh shit. Oh my God. I have never had these tires struggle like this. I would do better on an ice rink, literally an ice rink, because what's happening is I'm like, you know, running up and down the rough stuff, and it slides me laterally, where an ice rink wouldn't do that. Oh, these little crispy things. Oh man. Okay, I see some dirt. Yeah, whew, never so relieved to be biking on sand. All right, but here we are, and that's where we're going, in there. So I'll climb this, and we'll talk later. Well, so far I don't see any scooter tracks, so this is looking good, looking real good. Now I gotta just put my bike somewhere where it shouldn't be a problem. It should do. Oh, good job to the bike. And there's my ski setup. I'm wearing these yak tracks. Absolutely critical. All right, let me get my ski set up, and we'll get. All right, so there's my bike. There's my skis. You can see that both of the turns point to the left, which means I just waxed them yesterday. All right, I think we are ready. I don't know what else I'm forgetting, but we're about to find out. Oh man, this is fine. Yeah. I'm gonna say the last person through here was me on skis. Oh yeah, this is great. You know, it's bumpy, but like what do you expect? Whoa. I hope those aren't bear tracks. They were big and round. Oh man. Yeah, this is really good. Yeah, there's some more of them. Okay, what the hell are those? Yeah, my two fears out in the wilderness are spring bears and touching water. But if I stay on the road, the water shouldn't be a problem. Shouldn't be. Like, I know where the water is. So the bears, I do not know where the bears are. Those tracks are interesting. Interesting data point.
Yeah, there's some skate marks. Yeah. You can see I skated up through here. Whoa. Yeah. Oh my God. This crazy glide is a little unnerving on bumpy descents. Yeah, it's just right around official sunrise, and I'm sure the video probably can't even see my skate marks here. Like nothing has happened here for weeks since I was last here. I would kind of like to go up there, but maybe later. We'll see how it is down here. Yeah, this is pretty quick. So sometimes you get on a crown where the middle of the road is higher, and this is like what happens with something with you know, Jeep tracks where, you know, four-wheel vehicles have been through and they've eroded it down. And the interesting thing about that is when you skate on that, you really just step up into the middle and then drop back down. And it's really quite funny. Oh wow, I'm here already. That was quick. All right, now these scooter tracks, you see I'm trying to get away from them right here, so they've been here for a while. I'm hopeful. Yeah, I think it was maybe a little too mushy to do what I'm doing right now. Just avoiding them. Man, I kind of would like to just take a left right here. I did that once, you know, up to my thighs in snow. Today, yeah, no problem. But I'm not sure that's necessary. It does feel a little frustrating when you've got to skate with like bad form. But that's all right. It's all right. Remember, when you need to skate with bad form, that's good form. And you can watch pros, like when they're warming up, they're skating with bad form because they're trying to like conserve energy and, you know, take it easy. They just relax. Well, I'm just trying to not fall down like that, see? So my center of gravity is like not committed over one ski because I'll just get wrecked. Alright, we're at the dune. Alright, I'm gonna go up here and back down and Oh, we're getting some exposure, but that's not it's not scooter tracks doing that. Usually they just absolutely destroy this place. And skating like I'm doing right now, not a chance. All right, not bad, not bad. All right, we'll check back in a bit. There's some more of these tracks. Man, I hope they're a moose or something. Yeah, moose probably kill more people than bears, but still, I'm less afraid of moose. Well, here's an interesting thing. I was talking about the water. Right there, right there. So I just went right through a bog, but again, I know this is a pretty safe road for it, but you gotta be like alert for that. So where I'm skiing now is like a blueberry field. Wow. What do they call that? It's not a field. Patch? I don't know. Bog? Bog is a good word, actually. Look, there's a bog right there. So that's why when you go off piste, you got to be super careful. I will say that these forestry guys, they don't mess around with bogs. If there's a bog, they won't plant trees and they'll avoid it, or they'll bring in enough bulldozers to make that not happen. No bog. So it would be safe to go in there, I think. And that's some seriously remote, inaccessible stuff. Here's the bank skiing right here. I'm just stepping up the slope every time. And my weight is pretty much locked on my right ski. Now the other ski. Yeah, so the opposite of the crown road is when you get into a ditch, kind of a half pipe, and that's the worst because you really got nowhere to skate. Everything's a struggle, every push is uphill. Okay. Oh, yeah. And that's why the end of the line is here, because, yeah, I'm just not keen on crossing that kind of nonsense. But look at this, you know, that's a meter of snow keeping the riffraff out, mostly. But he did turn down the path I want to go down, but I'll get going, and we'll pick it up again later. All right, I'm turning back onto this westbound T road here. The scooter track's super annoying, but yeah, this would have been really bonkers good. But we're gonna make the best of it. Fortunately, they were drunk and they were weaving all over the place, so. I mean, I don't mean to disparage this guy, like, I mean to disparage all of them. Oh. No, this actually could be, the people who live down here. Yeah, can you believe someone lives down here? Alright, some serious bank skiing here. This is going to be very icky coming back, because easy enough descending, but like close quarters, pitch, ouch. All right, well, double pole special. Look at this vlogs. Yeah. Yeah, so going out there is a no-go, hard pass. Like, this is my favorite kind of terrain. Good glide, rolling hills. You can just like roll right over one to the next. I may go up there on the way back. We'll see how I'm feeling, how far I get. So timberlands all the way down into this little valley here means that even if I'm off the track, it's probably not bogged. Probably. snowmobile's gonna trip me eventually. The real bank skiing clinic today. All right. One thing you gotta be super careful of is if you see a tiny little stick sticking up, it's easy to just, you know, move your attention to something more substantial, like right here. But it does not take much. At these speeds, you just touch one of those things, hook, and it doesn't let go. Yeah, you're gonna be spinning your knees around. All right, I'll pick it up again later. Oh, there's a bog right there. It's got ice on it, but you know, you can see it's not very thick ice. Here you go, right here. That one's moving as all this melts when the sun hits in the afternoon. But these snowmobile tracks are really choppy back through that section there. So it's smart to just take it easy through a section like that. Go ahead and follow the snowmobile tracks, because if they didn't meet with any nasty surprises, you probably won't either. Yeah. Kind of curious. Boy. Yeah, this is dead end. That's bog all around. This is like a logging turnaround here. Oh shit. I just straddled something. You never like to do that, but like, look at this mogul. Oh boy. And again, like where I can see down in the trees, it's just like deep snow all the way deep. And we just don't know like what's down there. Could be water. Probably not in this turnaround, not in these timber woods, but yeah. This is not ideal backcountry skiing. There we go. Now I'll tell you what would be really bad is to lose the track. Okay, there we go. Alright. So that was just a little diversion. Cool. So That's an irony. On my watch, that'll show up as like a really slow section, but it was actually extremely hard work. So, all right. Yeah, if this snowmobile track wasn't here a while, this long descent would be really fine. But that's bog over there, so we can stay on the high side of it. Yeah, this is what I did on the way out. All right, pick it up again later. All right. Now this is a driveway, kind of in the back door of some property. Oh wow, a perfect crown for bank skating. Like, if you're learning to skate ski, this has got to be the easiest way. I'm just like stepping up and sliding down. Yeah, right here, look at that. Yeah. I think I've done this once before, and it was like 4 inches of new snow slogging it. And it took me quite a while to get back here, but no, I think I'm pretty close to the end of this one. Yeah, but here's what it looks like without the snowmobile tracks. Much better. Yeah. All right, I'm at the property, but you know the sign there says no trespassing, private property, yada yada. But look around. This is timberland, so yeah, there's a lot of no trespassing signs that really mean all the deer here, I want to shoot them. really think this is my speed limit on this kind of snow. It's just, you know, at this speed, even this part that's really good as it gets, it's still bumpy as hell. I should turn off the stabilization and let you see what that looks like. Yeah, you can see my tracks skating down this bank and then stepping up it because it's kind of a hump in the middle. All right, pick it up again later. All right, I'm about back on the main, well, not main road, but okay. So I already did that one. Yeah, I think my goal today will be doing everything, like everything that is reachable without a nasty road crossing. Okay, this is exciting. Hit a ditch. I know there are bogs down here.
Well, I made it back home. I didn't have any trouble. Of course, the GoPro died while I was out there, but I did manage to ski for 22 kilometers on ungroomed snow, which is just absolutely incredible. It took almost exactly 90 minutes, and there's the star of the show. And yeah, didn't crash on the ice coming back, and I was just coming out here to put the bike away. But now you can see, like, it's sleeting, so I don't know, that wouldn't have been too fun, but I did the timing pretty well, so pretty happy with that outing. That was probably my best, yeah, the best skiing I did this year, so yeah, pretty good, pretty happy with it. So hope that was fun, and until next time, get out there and ski.